Welcome back to TSC Connect. At TSC, many of our patients report that they generally feel tight in their day-to-day lives. So today, we are going to explain in detail our 5 favorite stretches to help you feel less tight. These exercises aren't intended to reduce your curvature. Rather, they are general stretches that have been modified so that they're appropriate for people who have scoliosis or Scheuermann's kyphosis. So if you're ready, let's dive in. First up is the modified child's pose. For people with scoliosis or Scheuermann's kyphosis, we'll modify this stretch to focus on elongation of the spine and opening of the shoulders. So first, find a stool or chair. Start kneeling on the floor and then place your hands on the chair. Lower your chest towards the floor, thinking about opening your armpits to get a shoulder stretch. You might want to step your knees back a bit to elevate your pelvis or even sit on a yoga block. Make sure that you're watching the position of your rib cage. Try not to allow your ribs to flare forward, creating an arch in your back. This positioning is helpful to keep a neutral spine, maintaining a gentle rounding in your upper back and a gentle scoop in your lower back. In your final position, breathe deeply, expanding into your ribs while you reach your fingertips and sit bones away from each other. Keep your head in between your arms and relax your shoulders away from your ears. Next up is the hip flexor stretch. And even though your hips aren't technically part of your spine, many of the muscles that influence the hips connect to the pelvis or directly to the spine itself. In sitting positions, our hips are in a 90-degree angle for a prolonged period of time, so let's stretch them out in the opposite direction. Stand up from the chair you've been sitting on and face towards it. Place one foot on the seat of the chair and hold onto the chair back with your hands. Step your bottom foot backwards and prop up onto the ball of your foot. Lean into the chair, bringing your hips forwards. Instead of keeping your body upright, as this may create arching or compression in your back, tilt your trunk forward. Focus on elongating your spine, keeping your pelvis and belly button facing forward, and breathe into your back ribs. Many of us experience shoulder, neck, and upper back tightness, and a common culprit is the pectoralis muscles in the front of the shoulder. So stand in a doorway and place your forearm on the door frame with your elbow at the same height as your shoulder. Inhale and lengthen your spine, reaching the crown of your head towards the ceiling. Ensure your pelvis and chest are pointed in the same direction, straight ahead. Keep this alignment and step your body forward until you feel a stretch across the front of your shoulder. Again, a common error here is that people collapse into an arched back, so try to maintain an active core to allow the main stretch to happen in your shoulder. Hold this stretch for 30 seconds to a minute and then repeat it on the other side. If your back is feeling stiff and compressed, try sitting elongation at the wall. This is a really great no equipment option. Position a chair close to the wall. Reach your arms overhead and place only your fingertips on the wall. This keeps your shoulders and core muscles more active. Slowly bring your chest forwards, opening the armpits towards the wall until your trunk and your arms are in a line. Anchor your pelvis into the chair. Inhale and lengthen the crown of your head actively up towards your fingers. Keep your shoulders away from your ears and focus on expanding your rib cage, breathing particularly into your back ribs and elongating for some slow breaths. And this one is our all-time favorite. It's semi-hanging using the pull-up bar. If you don't have one, check out the link in the description on where you can get one. Position the pull-up bar in the low position. Step your feet forward and then lower your pelvis down to reach your sit bones away from your hands, keeping your knees slightly bent. Use a mirror if you can to try to maintain a gentle scoop in your lower back and a gentle rounding in your upper back. You don't want to overarch through this. Focus on breathing to lengthen your spine and again expand your ribs to free up any feelings of stickiness or compression. So those were our top 5 stretches to help decrease feelings of tightness from all that sitting and screen time. If you like this, hit like and subscribe and make sure to comment below on any other info that you'd like to see. Happy stretching!